Project Firewall. This is more of an enhanced scrutiny on the process of Department of State, USCIS. All of them function as different agencies. However, welcome to the Law Offices of Mary Kennedy. Here we are going to be discussing about Project Firewall. This is more of an enhanced scrutiny on the process of the compliance that has been already happening with the interrelated details that is going to be shared with all the departments. See, if you look into it, USCIS, Department of Labor, and Department of State, USCIS, all of them function as different agencies. However, earlier point of time, they never share the data, even including the IRS. So each agency has its own privacy. So the data are not shared. If you look in detail, now the data are getting shared. It means that they have an open data to look into it. Say, for example, H1Bs, those are the enhanced scrutiny that's going to be happening on the H1Bs, which involves the LCA, labor condition application, and then the PERM. What it means is we have to practically see how it's going to happen. However, all that we would advise at this point of time is to follow the process, be on compliant. LCA wages have to be paid. If you're an employer, the employee and your company, the organization is more important. And if you're an employee, an individual who is on any non-immigrant visas like H1Bs, the H1Bs are the ones who has an LCA. So any other visas, if you're coming under that, be very, very strict. If you're out of project and if your employer is not running your payroll, you need to decide whether you want to continue or change to another status or leave the country. These are all very, very important for you to adhere, and audits are going to come up. So be vigilant about it and take the necessary steps. See, when you are looking at PERM, there is something called, in every state, they have to place a job order. On that, they say that this is the requirement and there is no availability of any US workers for this position, and that's the reason the permanent application has been filed. So in that case, they have to come up with the proper reasoning why a local US citizen is not available, what's the requirement and how it's not able to fill. This is a very common process. There is no change of process at this point of time related to the recruitment efforts, but at the same time, what it means with the Project Firewall is there's going to be more audits, or even Department of Labor can send someone to be an applicant for that position and how they are disqualified for those positions. So this is all going to be on a more higher level scrutinized. That's what it means. As if you're an employee, you cannot do much about it, but at the same time, you as an employer, you come under the compliance and you need to take every effort to follow the rules and process. That's what it is. So already, if you look into the PERM processing, it's like much more longer delayed. Almost we are looking at 15 to 18 months of delay once the PERM has been filed. Prior to that, the PWDs are there and the recruitment process. So it's almost taking like 2.5 years to complete the PERM process. So if you're in the 6 years category of your H1B, all that we had been insisting to say that you need to start your process even by the second year. As long as you want to continue after your 6 years period and there is a job offer that is valid for you, you need to start the process connecting with your employer so that at the end of the 6th year term, you're not rushing up to see what's going to be your options. Thank you for watching.